Believe it or not, superpowers are not just the works of fiction, TV series, and comics. There are plenty of people in the world who are filled with special abilities in which their peers can only dream of. These special abilities will seem insignificant compared to the exaggeratedly dramatic superpowers you see in comic books. But, under the right circumstances and with a better understanding, you will come to understand these abilities. There are some real-life superpowers that have the potential to manifest in a way greater than you can imagine. So, what a better opportunity to learn about these superhuman beings. Every superhero has an origin story, and this is the story of 10 children with real superpowers. Number 2 is out of this world. Before we begin, give this video a like, smash on the subscribe button, plus hit on notification the bell icon. Number 10. Brock Braun Incredible Hulk. This kid from Michigan was 5 foot 2 inches when he was still in kindergarten. When he was 19, he measured and then posing 7 feet 8 inches. But, most remarkably, Brock Braun never did stop growing. He grew about 6 inches on average yearly. When you think of Dr. Bruce Banner, you immediately think of the Hulk. This boy is remarkably tall. The boy is soft-spoken and has a big heart. Nothing like Bruce Banner's alter ego Hulk. Unfortunately, unlike Dr. Banner, the kid cannot transform from giant to regular-sized teen. He is always going to order size 28 shoes and tailor-made clothes. He is always going to be the tallest person in the room wherever he goes. Number 9. Nanya Huey. Night Vision. This young boy is from a remote village in China. He was born with sky blue eyes like those of a Siamese cat. His parents have black-colored eyes, as did his grandparents. Everyone was amazed to see that Nanya has brilliant blue eyes. It is remarkable to see the boy's eyes turn a reflective neon green when a light is flashed on them. You only see this distinctive in cats and other nocturnal animals. But Nanya, like cats, is able to see in the dark. Like nocturnal animals, his enhanced night vision made possible by a layer of specialized cells at the back of the eyes which act as retroreflectors. Basically, this means that any light that goes through the eye is reflected back through the retina, thereby presenting additional light for illuminating things in the dark while no use lacks. These specialized cells he has given him the ability to see in very small quantities of light. This was proven in a test in which the boy had to fill out a questionnaire while sitting in the darkroom. Number 8. Nikolai Krylyachenko. Magneto. Nikolai was just a regular kid in Russia, and nothing was special about the boy. Well, everything changed when the 12-year-old boy was knocked by an electric shock from a faulty wire in the lamppost he had been leaning on. The jolt of the electricity from the shock almost killed him. But the boy survived, and later it came almost as a relief when he realized that the accident had given him superpowers. Metallic objects could stick to his skin as if he was Michael Fassbender. In other words, Magneto, the boy who was a great fan of comics and dreamed of being a policeman. Now, he changed his career goal to a superhero after seeing that he gained some superpowers. What an interesting story. Some scientists didn't buy it as far as they know the boy simply had an unusually sticky skin. This boy can hold a frying pan up with no other contact. His chest is magnetism or really sticky skin. Number 7. Yang Jinlong. Super strength. An amazing footage of a 7-year-old boy from a countryside province in China went viral when it showed the pint-sized boy pulling a 2-ton vehicle. The boy weighed only 110 pounds, but he was growing remarkably fast. He challenged himself to some hard and demanding acts to see how strong he was getting. The kid was clearly gifted, and he used his superpowers to do more than just towing vehicles. You need your heavy wheat or cement stacks loaded onto a truck? Yang Jinlong will sling those 200-pound sacks on his back and have them loaded wherever you need them. Of course, you cannot employ him just yet, since he's still a kid. But the fact that he's a kid carrying pound bags without breaking a sweat is impressive. Yang's most incredible feat of strength has to be the moments when he's seen carrying his 220 pounds for around their home. You bet he beat all his friends at tug-of-war. Number 6. Deepak Junga Electro. You'll see this boy from India touch a live wire with this tongue and think, you must have a death wish. But the reality is that Deepak Chopra is able to withstand up to 11,000 volts. This is the amount of electricity only accessible through a high-voltage overhead transmission line. So, if a 110-volt or 240-volt shock can cause internal burning or fibrillation, imagine what could have happened. That's 100 times that of your normal household voltage. But this kid doesn't seem to get shocked or any form of damage from electricity. The first time he tried that, he was able to withstand a lot of electric power flowing through his body. He was excited and wanted to know how much electricity he could take. He would fill a bucket with water, toss in a live wire from a 440-volt supply. Then, He put his hand in the water. Nothing would happen to him. Everyone in the village was obviously amazed by his superpower. They started calling him Electro, but no one anticipated that the boy would actually climb up an electric pole to touch a high voltage, 11,000 volts wire, just to see how much his body could take. Well now, there's no doubting that he's a real human electricity insulator. Number 5. Nindana Nakrishnan, mind reader. Medical experts from around the world were shocked by this little girl who was reported to have telepathic abilities. Donna was just 7 years old when she first discovered she has extraordinary ability. When the word got out that the girl could access her mother's thoughts without touching her or using any of physical media, her story caught the attention and thousands of people around the world. Madonna's parents were just as baffled by everyone else as they were curious to see if their daughter could read the minds of other people just as she did her mother's. But it turned out that she had the special connection only with her mother. Anna's extraordinary superpowers were put to the test. The girl's mother was given several items to read silently in her mind. Among them was a cell phone number, a random sentence, and a grade 2 level poem which Donna had never come across. Apparently, the girl passed all the tests and proved to the world that she could in fact access her mother's thoughts and emotions, a superpower which her mother says has strengthened their mother-daughter bond. Now, do not forget to subscribe to this channel. Number 4. Emma Tablate, Firestarter. This girl isn't on fire, but she can set things on fire with the power of her mind. She's a 3-year-old girl from the Philippines. She was living a normal childhood until people started associating her to fires that would start wherever she went. It was not something the local community took lightly. The police had to barricade the house where she stayed with her parents as they investigated the matter. The girl's abilities continued to increase. She said that something was going to catch on fire while the police was still in the house, and not long afterwards a shirt hanging in the house caught on fire. All the girl had to do to start the fire was to utter the word Sumyung, which is in Filipino for fire. Kind of like what Daenerys Targaryen would command her dragons. Only with Emma Tablet there is no fire-breathing dragons. But what she has is a psychic ability known as pyrokinesis. Number 3. Liam Hoekstra, a super strong toddler, born with extraordinary strength. It was first evident when he was just a toddler. At only 5 months old, the boy was doing the Iron Cross and would pace up the stairs and walk down unsupported. 1-year-old Liam was playing with 5-pound dumbbells, throwing them across the house like they were paperweight. The boy's story is quite an interesting one, with the kind of twist DC Comics special creators use to introduce new superhero characters. As toddler, Liam's mother gave him up for adoption when she thought her kid had some kind of birth defect. He was soon adopted, and his adopted parents had a medical checkup done because they felt that the boy appeared to be too strong for a toddler. The report revealed that Liam was born with myostatin condition known as muscle hypertrophy. This means that their baby boy would develop more muscle mass and have little to no body fat. Basically, this means that the boy would always be muscular without having to do much to keep it up. Number 2. Boris Kiprianovich, peculiar alien. This boy is a kid who's not from Earth. That's right. Boris, also nicknamed Farishka, has puzzled experts and thousands of people like you by claiming that he was a Martian before he was born to his Earth-living human parents. The boy's knowledge of the planet Mars was impressive. He seemed to understand a lot of things about the galaxies. Too much for a boy who was only 3 years of age. Boris got claimed that he acquired all that knowledge from his past life on Mars, and that he remembers a great deal of it. He often talked about his life before he was born on Earth. He would especially talk of how life on Mars was before an all-out war started. He claimed that the war destroyed Martian civilization and everyone on the planet had to seek shelter underground. I am not sure if that's a superpower, but the fact that he could remember his past life as an alien, who knows what other abilities he could unlock in the future? It could be a real-life Superman for all you know now. Before we move on, just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell. Thank you. Number 1. Anna Bellish, archery. Remember Oliver Queen from the hit series Arrow? Like a host of other well-known superheroes from the Hunger Games and the Avengers, her extraordinary mastery of archery has somehow led to the rebirth of archery these days. Now, here's a 19-year-old girl who's possessed awesome ability to work with the bow and arrow. She wowed thousands of people around the world. The girl from Russia is a gifted acrobat as well as an avid archer. Some of the stunts she performs call for an extraordinary level of flexibility which takes time and dedication to practice and master. Anna Bellish's superpower is sort of like the Playboy vigilante Oliver Queen. She became an overnight sensation when a video was uploaded showing her shooting an arrow with the bow and her feet stood on her hands. She nearly hit a bullseye. Thanks for watching. If you click the subscribe button and the bell icons, you will be notified when fantastic video just like this one comes out. We have a lot more that you will enjoy.